Let's talk a little more on innovation in corporate America in general. I mean, innovation has always been core to who you are. It's how you think about your companies and your role. Um, in the corporate suite in America, are companies in general fostering and developing and innovation and as the leaders in corporate America, you've got a lot of them on this call. Are we do we prioritize innovation as much as we might or need to? Do you think right now?
Well, I think there's innovation, but then there's also just our CEOs in corporate America focus enough on product improvement? I think the answer is no. And I think generally my advice or my recommendation would really be spend less time on finance, spend less time in conference rooms, less time on PowerPoint, and more time just trying to make your product as amazing as possible. And the company will take their cue from that.
Why is that? Is that because boards or shareholders are too finance and return focused and don't think enough about product as being at the heart of value? Is it because a certain kind of skill is cultivated? Why is that? Why is that a problem in the C-suite?
I think there might be too many MBAs running companies. There's the MBAization of America, which I think is maybe not that great. There should be more focus on the product, the service itself, less time on board meetings, less time on financials. The financials come as a result, like you say, like, what's the point of a company at all? And why even have companies? It's like a company is an assembly of people gathered together to create a product or service and deliver that product or service. And sometimes people lose sight of that. A company has no value in and of itself. It only has value to the degree that it is an effective allocator of resources to create goods and services that are of greater value than the cost of the inputs. This thing we call profit is should just mean over time that the value of the output is worth more than the inputs.
And it's a reflection of the quality of the product more than so if the product is good, presumably the profits follow rather than profits being a goal versus profit. And
yeah, sometimes people sort of have backwards, and if people are getting sort of the incentive structure is coming from the financial side of things. I don't know. I just earnestly would recommend to anyone listening that just spend less time in meeting rooms, less time on PowerPoint presentations, less time on a spreadsheet, and more time on the factory floor, more time with customers. And obviously, a lot of people out there are already doing that. But I would just urge people to say, like, hey, step back a second and say, is your product as awesome as it could be? Probably not. What could you do to make it great? And if you like think about innovation, like maybe it has to be like breakthrough innovation. I don't think it necessarily has to be breakthrough innovation. It's just just make your product better. This is the thing that really matters.